Hi everyone, welcome back to another episode of Transport Fever 2. We're currently looking at some cars driving between two towns. In this instance, it's Ladra and Zala. Those cars represent public transport that we could be earning income off of. Ladra and Zala do actually have a reasonable amount of traffic going to each other. Our issue, however, is that people can just drive. If we take out the road, the game would let us take out the road. So we could force them onto public transport if we wanted to. I know there's another route around the back here. Does it think this is the main one? No, who knows? So we could force them onto public transport. However, the size of these towns is still growing relatively quickly, so I would prefer to not do it up here, and as I mentioned in the last episode, is to get some public transport between Pazimo or Pazerno and Medno down here. So this is going to be our goal for today. The first thing that we're going to want to do is to build a passenger station. They don't need to be quite as big as that. And it's going to sit over here in the industrial side of town. The reason for that is so that people don't complain about the noise, and so that anyone who's traveling has easy access to the industrial areas. Let's bring these straight out. Let's cross them over. And then we want to connect it up to our existing rail line. In theory, we could just reuse the same... That slowed down to 97 there. We could just reuse the same track. I don't like sharing passenger and freight transport. Just because passengers like going quickly, and freight just has to get there eventually. So there will often be a speed difference in the two. Where did that end up there? Oh, all the way up there, wow. There'll often be a speed difference between the two. Okay, you won't let me snap there. Where will you let me snap you to? Not there either. Nowhere. Okay, well that's just ridiculous. Is it because this end has gone weird? No idea. Alright, let's bring this guy all the way through here. Yeah, I think the other end wasn't snapped properly. Okay, let's go there. So we've got a new passenger vehicle and our first electric train. Faster passenger carriages. So you can go straight onto there. Okay, we're halfway. Let's go from here now. And we'll come out just on the other side of this tunnel. And we'll do the same over here. And come out just on the other side of this tunnel. And now we'll need to look at getting our passengers actually into Medno. So they need passenger platforms. They won't use the same platforms as all of the cargo, which, fair enough. It doesn't need to be as big though. So we can make it a bit shorter. give them 2 trucks and then some passenger platforms on the other side. We don't need all of it yet, but it's nice to have it there. And then a very dangerous platform where if you fall off, you just tumble down into the river. Should probably do something about that. Now, it's not going to let us build here because this is a bridge, not just a regular level crossing. So we are going to need to adjust the road here. Let's back that all the way up to the other side. Now we can have this come out straight. Say straight here as well. Oh, caught in it. It's always caught in an autosave. We started there. Let's actually come across the bridge first. Since we just want one big bridge. And then we'll manage those over like so. And let them cross tracks. Done. We need to let them cross tracks down at this end as well. Where is it? Down here. Oh, we've already done that. Awesome. So let's get some signals on here. They don't need to be 500 apart. Let's do these ones 400. Right, put the last automatically generated one there. So we'll put it going back. And then just before we would split. We still need to get trains onto here though. And the way we're going to do that is we're going to split them off. There's a number of places we could do it. Let's actually do it like this. It'll let us go to there. So we've got a third track running down our main industrial line. And its entire purpose is to connect into... That's too tight of a turn there. What if we say here? That'll work. Its entire purpose is to connect into the passenger lines. For any passenger lines that need it. Done. Done and done. So let's get our rail line up and going. This is a rail line. This is Medno to Bizerno packs. I like to do intercity packs in a dark green. We're going from there to there. And that's it. We need a train on there. We don't have any multiple unit passenger trains. We've got 2 carriages that go 100. So that's kind of the speed we're looking at. It should be the A35. Yeah, that will do for now. We don't really know how many people we're going to get. So we'll start off a bit small. It's super slow, but it will give us an idea of how much traffic we're likely to get between the two. So we can see here we've already got one person trying to get there. Well, you can get from there, you can drive around to there. Interesting. We don't want everyone... like, this only covers our industrial area. We want it to cover the entire city. So we are going to have to add in bus platforms here as well. let's put it here, just across the road. I'm just trying to fit it in here. So we say entrance, exit, a little tiny town road for now. That will give us a place for people to queue for the bus station. We do need some bus stops. So maybe we can stop here. Let's stop up here. Let's stop over there, there, and then down here. We want the opposite sides of the road as well. Now I did build that with the idea that they would be connected. Okay, now I've got a bus line. This is Medno buses 1. And we'll make this the clockwise route. We'll go with second one, which is counterclockwise. Make the first one bright green, the second one a light green. So this is our counterclockwise path. So it's going this way. This one is our clockwise path. It's going the opposite way. But we need a better platform here. Need this road out of the way. We should probably pause it at this point. We want... You won't let us build there, hey? Okay, well. We'll just keep deleting roads until you will. So we've essentially turned this into... Can we fit a small one in there? We can fit a couple of small ones in there. There we go. We've essentially turned this into just now going to be a bus area, which is okay. We're going to come straight out of here. Yeah, let's go past it a bit. We'll go in like so. And this side will come down to there. We'll connect across here. Connect you in. This is not connected to the road network anymore. So we can't fit a large building in there. We can fit a small building in though. Only one. That's okay. The point is it's connected to everything else. So we can press play again. We've created our bus routes. Let's get some buses on them. Our truck depot is over there. I think Medno needs its own truck depot at this point. Let's put it out here. You're faster. You carry more people. Let's get half a dozen of these. I will colour some light green. The others bright green. So that will help move some people around Medno itself. no one's using them yet, but they will. And up here in Pizzerno, we need the same thing. So this reaches a bit of the city, but not all of it. So let's put their bus stop. Let's give them a big main building. And just a small side building. Let's build a main road along here. Can connect into there. And then our bus stop, if we can fit it this way. There we go. Just fits in there. Now we need some bus stops around the city. Let's put one up here. This looks like it's going to be a growth corridor. So we won't put one up there yet, but we'll keep it in mind. Put one there. Go over this side. And then back down here. Oops. New line. Another bus line. This is Pizzerno buses 1 clockwise. And the second one is counterclockwise. Okay, so we're doing clockwise first, which will go there to here, around this way. And then counterclockwise does the same thing, but in the opposite direction. Done. Now they definitely don't have a road depot over here, so we'll have to build one. Let's build it outside of town a little bit. We'll get 6 of these again. Color 3 of them light green onto our light green line, 3 of them bright green onto the bright green line. So now that will help these guys move around their town on some buses. Let's speed this up a little bit. And they're able to get between towns without train, which not super bit popular at the moment, but as this grows, it will get to become so. Look at all the people here waiting for our buses. That's awesome. And out on the train. Now that truck stop there has the potential to interrupt our bus flow. So we're actually going to change these to use another stop that won't interrupt our bus flow. So we really don't want that happening. We want them to flow as freely as they can. Now with public transport here in Pizzerno, can we get it up here to Talca? That's the question now. It would be wonderful if we were able to. So let's clear out a bit of space here. So that's how much space it will need there. It just fits. One, two, three, four. This is a little baby station up here. Okay, and then we want to get from here to there. Now, how can we do that? The first step is going to have to be this. It has to bridge here. Let's level the ground a bit. To make it a bit less steep. So, why did you jump all the way out to there? We've got. Let's start there. And we'll aim for an equivalent elevation on the other side. Except this road is in the way. We'll get rid of the road. Okay, so we can have there. It's a pretty big bridge, but it's functional. Okay, now let's just be really silly and say, can we connect you straight up? Too much slope. That's what I expected. But how does it compare to our other helix? We may be able to use it to our advantage. So that's putting on the inside. We don't want it on the inside. We want it on the outside. Maybe if we start construction the opposite direction. So we need to go over to there. So if we start here maybe. So that is possible. One massive tunnel through there. And then from there, we can build up in our existing spiral. And once we're up here, we can go back down again. There, and then this guy will connect all the way down here. So that's a gigantic tunnel, but it lets us get passenger trains up here to Torca. Why does this guy have his signal? Whatever, I guess it works for them. We want 400. There we go. So let's put some signals coming down here. We want you going back the other way. And down here, we want the ability to change. Done. Done and done. Now, we're going to make these passenger lines as shuttles, so from one station to the next. Zerno to Torca. Packs. Go a slightly different bright green. Dark green from there to there. Sweet. Yeah, so we're going to have them as shuttles, so at every station they have to change trains, essentially. It's a bit annoying as a passenger. Oh, that's not our passenger train. Where's our passenger train? Oh, he's coming back the other way. We are going to clone it. Move it to the other passenger line. And repaint it. But it can't work out how to get up there. It's stuck there. So it can't work out how to get up there because it could get onto the main line here. But there's no way to get onto our passenger line going north, only south. So in this section here, we'll add a little junction there. Now these are not one-way signals. Just to keep everything on this bit of siding separate. So now these guys can get to Torca. And the last thing we'll do up here in Torca is, like we've done in the other two cities, build a bus system. Because our residential is all the way over on the other side of town. It's easy to get to the workplaces or shopping, not easy to get to anything else. These guys, let's put the bus depot over here on this side road, but first can't fit a big building. Can fit some smaller buildings though. Wow, you won't even let me put you in there. Okay. So this is connected to the road on this side, which is where we're going to put our bus depot. To make it easier for passengers to get in and out. Okay, so from here, now Torca's pretty spread out as it is. So how are we going to do this? I think what we're going to do let's put a bus stop up there. Stop there. It's growing this way. One there. Put one here. Down here. Now, is the center of the town covered? It looks like it's going to be, so that should be okay. This is another bus line. This is Torca. Buses one clockwise. And then a second one we want counterclockwise. Oh, one of them isn't bright enough. Okay, so this is our counterclockwise. So it's gonna go this route. And the clockwise version will do the same thing, just the opposite way. Awesome. Where are they driving to? They're driving down there. Interesting. What is this? Just a random bit of track we got sitting out here in the middle of the nowhere. So we may need to add passenger line down here to these guys. We can do that. Up here, no truck stop, no depot just yet. Let's add one a bit out of town. We're going to do the same we've done every other time. Half a dozen of these. 3 light green onto the light green line. 3 bright green onto the bright green line. So Medno. Yeah, so anyone going internally, they've now got a public transport option. Down to Trebuchet. So that's this guy down here. Now there are 2 difficulties with trying to get to here. The first is that it's in the valley. So it's much lower than Talker up there. And it's much lower than Zala up there. So in theory, I would go from here to here. However, we can't completely ignore these guys. But it's such a massive dip down and then elevation again back up here. So getting public transport to there efficiently is going to be difficult, especially if we're doing it by train. We could provide a bus service. It's going to be super slow, probably not much better than just driving. And Medno to Desclay. We could continue this. We can't really because of these other things over here. In theory, we could continue this rail line around here somewhere over to Desclay, and then up here to Brezje. I don't know how you pronounce that, and Idrija. Okay. So that would be the ideal path for them. It would come across here, up here, into here, and then we'd probably split it, and the line would come back this way. Yeah, this guy in the middle here, really awkward. Maybe the line from Medno that has to go to Desclay also splits with a spur up to Trebuchet. And then possibly it has that spur continues up to Zala somewhere. We'll worry about that in some later episodes when we're considering it's a lot of people waiting for this train now. We can have a second one. Here we've got a lot of people going down to Medno, so we've already added a second train there. And people catching our buses up here, which is awesome. They're not super thrilled about our buses, but the towns are still quite small, only 300 people. If we look up here at something like Zala, where we've spent a lot of time sending things, only 500 people. Same with Ladra. Oh, they do want tools again now, apparently. Where do they want tools in here? So this line, in theory, can bring tools as well. They have to get there, though. Who knows how long that'll take. Our factory down here should have started working out. It has to send them to Ladra. And we've got a lot of tools sitting here waiting for delivery. 103. What does this produce? 200. Okay, we're just gonna need to do that. It's gonna be so many trucks here, it's not funny anymore. This line, you can't wait there. It was a nice idea, we just can't do it. And I think we want a couple more vehicles on this line. They'll filter out eventually. So this here, I think this is another thing that we'll need to consider, is extending this cargo line down to our port here. Because this is ridiculous. How many trucks we've got going across here. Like if we were to put a cargo station in here, it's going to be hard to work with the topology to get it to fit somewhere. Yeah, so we could go up here and then it will connect into our existing one. Well, get rid of like 60 trucks or something. I think we just gotta have to bite the bullet. So you're connected to the port there. Let's come around the corner here. Oh, my voice just stopped working for a second. On this end, we'll do this. And then from there, you connect onto here. And this one, go back the opposite way and do the same thing. We'll have to move this past... Actually, let's just move the road. We know we're getting rid of the road. So we may as well just move it to let us do what we want to do here better. One way, yes, we don't need a massive distance between our signals. Alright, new line. This is a rail line. This is Des Clay Port to Medno Tools Transfer. Let's color it hot pink. We're going from there to here. You go in on the other platform, please. Up here, that's fine, it doesn't really matter. We want a train on there that's capable of taking timber and tools and bread. Okay, so there's a few things there it has to move. So let's get this bad boy. He's one of my favorites. So it has to take timber. And the other things. Let's give it another... locomotive, and we'll go one more of those. Yep, that'll do. We'll see how it goes. Hot pink onto that transfer line. So that doesn't reach our truck depot there. So we'll put a little platform down the end here so that it absolutely does. Over here, the timber line is the one we can get rid of first. So let's put all of the planks out here to be picked up. And now this food delivery line, we don't want to stop there. And we don't want to stop there. So it's just working up here. And in terms of vehicles now, it does not need 50 of them. I don't really want to sell them all and reassign them, but I didn't want to have to click through these either. Alright. It's got way less vehicles because it has way less distance to go. Let's just see how this manages. We are actually bringing food down here, right? Yeah, there is food getting down here somehow. And it put all the tools out here on this platform. Good. Let's just make this super fast because I don't want to have to wait. Yeah, I'm wondering if we need separate food and what's it called? Timber trains. I just like to have them on separate platforms, and we don't have space for other platforms here. We can get rid of this road now. I mean, I guess we could make just a one-sided platform over here for drop-off. Okay, let's pause. Let's completely change how this end works. You're gonna do this. You're gonna do this. You get deleted. We want a straight piece to there. You do this. You cross here. And then you go into there. You go into there. And this guy can come out here as need be. Done. So it looks a bit janky here, but it all works. And up this end, we can... Let's maybe start from here. It's not going to let us connect onto that siding. So we'll do it this way then. You can come to there. You split. And then from here, you go across. And in the middle, double flip, yes. Signal both directions. Okay, so now we can get trains out here as needed. They can continue through here as needed. This guy, edit. We want to split him. To two separate types. And this is not tools. This will be planks to tools. And a new one that we'll create is food and tools. Bought by another autosave. It can go purple. We go from there to here. So it's put on a blank platform there. Awesome. Blank platform here. Awesome. This guy, manage line. You go purple onto the purple line. You get a whole bunch more of these. Alright, let's take one off and give you a still mediocre, but it'll do. We'll paint all of you pink again. So this guy will just transfer food and tools, and the other guy will move all of the timber, which there seems to be a lot of. There we go, so that should make this start working a little bit better down here. And we no longer need this truck depot. Or any of these things. Or this road depot. It's all good. So we've got a few people waiting to go up to Talker, and a few people up here at Talker waiting to go the opposite direction. And that train is full. Let's give you a second one then. And I think we want to keep it at, I want to try and keep it at 50. Okay, so we can have 3 more. Okay, so that will give a bit more capacity up to Talker. These guys, let's just do the same here. Just to make it easy to remember what is what. So people are loving our public transport that we added today. We're moving most of this timber now. Well, it took everything, so we're moving all of that timber now. That's awesome. That means this shouldn't run out anymore. Assuming that we're even sending enough down here. That line, 300. Yeah, that's good enough for now. We added many new rail lines on this side today. Let's go for a ride in this passenger train. It looks like many of the rest of the... Oh, there's one going the opposite direction. How do I go up? I want to go up. Up, up, up. There we go. And that one's down. Let's sit in here and look through the opposite side of the engineer's peephole. Oh, another train going the opposite direction. We're just about to come out of the spiral. Maybe we'll sit above. Can't really control. Oh my goodness, we're going everywhere. Ah, ow, ow. I just want to sit over here. Like over its shoulder. There we go. Thank you very much everyone for stopping by today. I do hope you have enjoyed this episode. If you have, do consider leaving a like, subscribing to the channel. It does help out a lot. Otherwise, I'll catch you all next time. Thanks everyone. Bye for now. Look at all these passengers.